Typically, a contractor will be under a lot more scrutiny than an employee. There's an inherent trust that comes from working within an organisation as an employee, but rightly or wrongly, when you're a contractor, you are seen as an outsider. Yep, you might get invited to the morning teas, you might get invited to after dinner drinks, but ultimately you are what we often call contingent labour. Yep, you bring a skill and all that, but at the end of the day, clients will be watching your output. I've seen some monumental misunderstandings that have led to people being exited from organisations because of mistrust or an output. A timesheet was incorrect. It was an innocent mistake, but it led to an erosion of trust between contractor and employee. I've learned a long time ago, it's better to over-deliver. It's certain, and I don't mean increase scope, but over-deliver in terms of behaviour, in terms of what the client expects. In some ways, that puts the focus on another contractor, because let's face it, we live in a commercial world. They'll also want to understand the value being delivered. And that might, if you maybe are a contractor that's a computer programmer, heads down producing code. It might be other measurable deliverables, outcomes, etc. Behavior, as I said before, I've seen people come undone when they are at an organization for a while, and as innocent as that Monday morning water tower talk when people are sharing something from the weekend, someone oversteps the bound and all of a sudden you can't take that back. You know, reminding ourselves that yes, share a personal story, but we don't have to vent a personal story, because you can build a very quick wall between you and that organization by not reading the room. Reliability is another thing. And when we talk about reliability, it's as simple as being dependable. Oh yeah, Martin was there. He's usually there right on time, a couple of minutes before, at his desk working. Or is it, oh, Martin gets there, he always seems to be 5 minutes late, always looks to be razzled, you know, his clothes he wears, he doesn't seem to present himself very well. Whilst that might sound petty, it means everything for a customer when they're hiring you, especially as a contractor. Another way to consider this is when you're a contractor, get comfortable with when you do a good job, you will make the person that hired you look good. Now, as a contractor, they may actually acknowledge that you supported them, and that's up to them. But if they don't acknowledge that and they take credit, that's also fine, because you are there as a contractor. You are there for a particular scope of work, for a particular time period, and you need to decouple your ego from what I've just said. Also, too, we also operate under this continuous evaluation. I've felt sometimes I've helped an organization achieve great things within a project, and then all of a sudden, just one event, one instance of maybe a failure in part of that project, you are then seen as part of that failure. Now, some might say having thick skin is what it's all about. What I say is always remain objective. Never react. Internalize. So again, always you're being observed, you are being measured, but that's okay, because for me, mentally, that keeps me on my game.